Hello?
I got a pizza delivery for you. Give you up.
Who's out there?
Yeah, no, just ordered some pizza. Just got it for you here.
Is someone out there?
Yeah, like I said, pizza delivery. You ordered pizza delivery.
Who's out there?
I mean, you can hear me, right? Like you heard the doorbell, and I can hear you. I have a delivery for Susan.
Is someone out there?
Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but are you trying to prank me?
Hello?
Okay, yeah, all right. I'm gonna guess this is a prank. Well, it's not a very good one. You know, if you ordered it and then you weren't home, that's different. But I can see you. I can hear you. Not a good prank.
Who's out there?
Okay, look, lady, just come get your pizza, okay?
Is someone out there?
Yeah, pizza delivery. Okay, you know what? All right, I'm just gonna leave it out here, and you call the store and pay with your credit card, okay? Does that sound good? All right. Yeah, all right, have a good one. I know you can hear me. I know you can. I can see you. You're looking right at me.
Who's out there?
Is this how you get your kicks, huh? You order pizza and then you don't come and get it? Okay, alright. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Is someone out there?
Alright, you know what? Okay. You don't come get this, I'm just gonna take it with me and eat it.
Who's out there?
Yeah, I think maybe I have some pizza for you. Look, okay, here's your last chance. You don't come get it, I'm taking it and I'm eating it.
Hello?
Okay, I guess I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat your ham and pineapple. Ugh. God, I don't want that. Whatever. Hey, what's up? Well, I hope your summer's starting off great. So before we get into the movie, I want to talk about a different movie that's being made. So if you haven't heard about this yet, they're making a horror movie about Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Okay, so first off, phenomenal name. I mean, don't change a thing. Going off the screenshots, I don't know that it'll actually be good, but I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyways. Also, I do like that they're trying something new, you know? I mean, plus it's a great twist on a kid's story. Although, spoiler alert, apparently Pooh and Piglet, they eat Eeyore. Yeah, so, well, I mean, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Okay, so today we're gonna take a look at Creepozoids. Now, Creepozoids was directed by David DeCato, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it came out on October 2nd, 1987. So let's talk about DeCato for a minute, because he's had an interesting career. So he's actually still directing. In fact, he has 177 directing credits on his IMDb, but there's a couple of things here. First is that, well, I mean, he's also directed porn. Well, that's not unusual, right? I mean, we've seen that before, like the director of Buried Alive, Gerard Ciccione. But DeCato has gone from directing porn to horror to what appears to be Lifetime movies, with such titles as The Wrong Crush, The Wrong Real Estate Agent, and The Wrong House Sitter. In fact, he's directed 24 Lifetime movies that start with The Wrong ... And Vivica A. Fox has been in all of them. Yeah, I shit you not. Apparently that woman can't get anything right in her life. I mean, the character, not her. Although, I mean, maybe, I don't know her. I don't know her story, so maybe it's the same. But on top of that, he is also directed under 8 different names, including his own. We have Ellen Cabot, Mary Crawford, Julian Breen, Victoria Sloan, Joseph Tennant, David McCabe, and David Doe. Now, I think that's interesting. But back to Creepozoids. It runs for 1 hour and 12 minutes. It's about a group of military deserters who seek refuge during World War III and find out there's evil living in the building they find. Alright, well if you're ready to get creepy, let's get into the movie.
Got some bug in your butt about this place?
So, it's a full moon movie, so that should give you an idea of what to expect. Anyways, we see this lady doctor doing some real science when...
Is someone out there?
Nobody answers back until...
Who's out there?
Not too worried about it, she gets back to sciencing when...
Hello?
And you would think that after 3 times she would go and check, but she doesn't have time, you know? There's just too much science to do. I mean, who's gonna help her with all this science that needs to be done? But finally, on the 4th time... oh yeah, get ready. We then get this info, and for those of you that are younger, I was alive in '98, and this is pretty much exactly how it was. We've come a long way since then. The info was followed up by some pretty sweet music. As we see this group roam around LA, right as they stop to rest, it starts to rain, so they head inside the nearest building. Once inside, they split up to see if anybody is still there.
Let's do a little recon. 40 paces, no further.
So let's meet the crew. First, we have Butch. He's the meathead, and he's played by Ken Abraham. He was also in Terror Night. Then we have Jesse, played by Michael Arnada. This was his first movie. Next, we have Jake, played by Richard Hawkins. 7 other credits for him. Then we have Kate. She's played by Kim McCamey. She has a bunch of credits, but we'll get into that a little later. And finally, we have Blanca, played by none other than Linnea Quigley. Now, she's done a lot of work, and a good amount has been horror movies, with such movies as Silent Night, Deadly Night, Graduation Day, Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-orama, and The Return of the Living Dead, just to name a few. She's definitely a scream queen, albeit for B-movies. As they are exploring, they find running water and what looks like weird experiments that were taking place. Everybody else heads to the mess hall, and Jesse hangs back and ends up finding a computer and one of the people that used to live there. And dude, you just kicked the head? Talk about desecrating the dead, man. Butch, Blanca, and Jake want to stay there indefinitely, but Kate and Jesse don't agree. Blanca goes to shower, and Butch decides to take along. So now seems like a good time to talk about Kim McCamey's career. Apparently, her and Linnea Quigley were originally cast in each other's part, but McCamey said she wasn't actually comfortable with the nudity, so they arranged for the role switch. Well, 3 years after this movie, she started doing porn under the name Ashlyn Gear. True Sin was her first video. She went on to star in such titles as Lethal Squirt, Bush Pilots, and Cocksmokers 12. Not quite as good as Cocksmokers 11, but you know, not bad. Oh, the irony. Jesse tries getting more info on the computer, but he isn't able to find much, except for...
amino acids.
What?
Amino acids. They're building blocks for life.
We also get a little backstory for him.
I was a biochem major when they drafted me.
He does have an idea of how he might get into the files.
I can get an uplink on this, I bet. There might be something nearby.
Don't do that. We're deserters, remember?
They do talk a little bit more about it, though.
Whatever, what were they doing? Were they synthesizing them, making them artificially?
This is something else, something new.
Later, as everyone else is sleeping, Jesse finds a floppy disk. Oh, okay, so for those of you that are younger again, floppy disks were the shit. I mean, think like thumb drives before they were a thing. You know, you would pop a floppy in for different things like programs or to play Oregon Trail. That game was also the shit. Or that game where you were a fish and you had to swim and eat smaller fish to get bigger, but you had to avoid getting eaten by bigger fish. Plus, every now and then, eagles and fishing hooks would pop in to get you. I don't remember the name of that one, but it was awesome. Anyways, on the floppy is a diary explaining that things were getting bad there.
Whole thing's turned from biomedical to social engineering. How many people can you cram into an enclosed space before somebody blows up?
And as he's reading, he hears this. So he goes to check it out. And as he does, the computer does its own thing. After crawling through the vents, he finds this, and this happens. So Jesse's dead. Never mind, I guess he's fine? While eating breakfast, they come up with a plan.
We pull recon before we do anything else. Let's search the place thoroughly, see just what's what.
And Jesse looks like he's not feeling too well, and after he eats... And this is actually kind of badass. I mean, at least I like it. I think his effects are pretty cool here. While trying to figure out what happened to Jesse, Kate offers up this theory.
His metabolism couldn't handle it. He changed, mutated.
She further explains what she thinks is happening.
The mutation was complete. He didn't need food. In fact,
Overload.
They find the vent and Jake goes to investigate by himself. He also finds the cave and Blanca goes to grab more weapons, and after running into a corpse, she sees this. Butch and Kate go to check on her, and Butch tries to find what she saw, but ends up in the cave and finds Jake, and things kind of take a turn according to Jake.
Did it attack?
No, not really. I don't think it wants to kill.
Kate gets some samples from the corpses, and yep, just what I thought. Those lines, they go up and down. As they're talking about how what they saw they think used to be human, they hear a noise, so they investigate. The lights go out, so Butch goes to fix the generator, and... That's excellent. They hide out in the barracks and realize that they can't leave because it's still raining acid. Plus, Jesse said the closest place is 400 miles away.
if Jesse was so smart, how come he's dead?
Well, yeah, no, that's a good point. You got me there. They decide to take their chances and make a call for help on the computer.
I don't know any damn codes.
And Butch decides that shooting the thing would just be too easy, so he runs in. With mixed results. The creature R. Kelly's the computer, so they can't use it anymore. The ladies have their girl talk, about death and rats, and speaking of rats... So, you've heard of 2 girls in 1 cup, right? Well, this is 2 girls, 1 rat. I mean, basically the same thing. I'm not sure which one I would rather watch, though. I do know. So Kate is looking a little rough, and instead of trying to stop the bleeding, they decide to dose her up. Then Butch gets R. Kelly too. I mean, really changes the scene when you think of it that way, right? So as you could guess, Butch doesn't make it, but it is a good death scene. The eye squirting is a really nice touch. I will say, for the movie not being that great, the special effects for the deaths aren't bad. They're pretty good. And the creature pops up out of nowhere, so they take off. As Blanca goes to check on Kate, we see she's become Evil Dead on us. After getting her ass kicked, Blanca goes hardcore on Kate. The creature catches up to Jake after he trips on nothing, and Blanca goes hunting. But it doesn't go her way. So she's dead. Jake wakes up just in time to be of absolutely no help, and he makes the slowest escape possible in the vent. So we get this for 42 seconds. Now that might not sound like a long time, but here's me just sitting here for 10 seconds. Feels pretty long when you're just watching it, huh? Jake eventually makes it out of the vent and into the stockroom. He plays hide and go seek with the creature for a good long while, and the creature walks as fast as Jake gets out of the vents. Jake finds something to inject into the creature in hopes of killing it, and with how much noise this thing makes, how in the hell does this sneak up on you? And not once, but twice? Oh, my bad. I guess make it 3 times. Anyone else here think Jake deserves to die? Jake finally goes for it and eventually injects the creature. So are you ready for something truly terrific? Because it's about to get amazing in here. Yep, I mean that sure looks like a baby creature to me. I really hope Jake fights the baby. Like, really, really hope there's a baby fight. Boy, they're sure building this up, huh? So Jake isn't exactly what I would call observant. So we get more hide and go seek until... Then he launches the little bastard, I do have to say that the effects for the baby are actually pretty good. So would it be too dark if Jake strangled the baby creature with its own umbilical cord? No, I'm just asking for a friend. Jake decides that he'll have better luck if he gets down to the baby's level, and then... Oh, okay, yeah, well, I guess that isn't too dark. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hope Jake walks outside and the acid rain gets him now. Shit, come on, Jake. You can't even strangle a baby, right? You are the worst. Well, so the movie ends. Time for some fun facts. This was shot in 15 days. The original title for this movie was Mutant Spawn 2000 because Creepozoids was going to be used for another project, but a producer suggested that the... What did I say his name was? Takato? Yeah, I think it was Takato. Producer suggested that he use it for the film, this film, so he did. That was a rough one. Linnea Quigley's feet were so small that they had to get her child-sized boots. I remember hearing about acid rain being a thing when I was younger, and for a while I was really worried about it until I realized that it wasn't actually acid that could burn you. That and quicksand were things I thought I was gonna encounter a lot more in life. What a disappointment. One of the producers on this movie was Charles Band. This guy has helped produce a lot of horror movies, including Murder Cycle, Netherworld, Seed People, and Puppet Master. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, are you gonna watch it?
I just think we should keep our options open, that's all.
I mean, it's not great, but it's fine, I guess. You know, if you're bored, I suppose this could fill the time. The acting isn't that good overall. I mean, this movie isn't super bad, it's just not really good. It just exists. I will say one thing that it has going for it is that you can't really legally watch a grown man fight a baby to death. That I know of anyways. So if that's on your bucket list, this is probably the closest you're gonna get. So for that it might be worth it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's on your bucket list, you know? If you do want to watch it, I'll put a link in the description where you can check it out for free. At least at the time I recorded this. Alright, well, I think that's gonna do it for today. So, catch you next time? Yeah, alright, catch you next time.